Welcome to the Rink Report. It's being brought to you by Telhio Credit Union. I'm Bob McElligott alongside of Jody Shelley. And Jody, it is different in Nationwide Arena tonight because for the first time this year, the fifth line is allowed back in.
Man, we have missed you. Welcome back to Nationwide Arena. It's been way too quiet, and what a monumental moment. This is what hockey's supposed to be about. Welcome back, fans. It's so good to see them back and representing the fifth line here inside the building.
Yeah, you mentioned it has been quiet, and that's something that the team has talked about. John Tortorella has talked about that. You know, the Blue Jackets are in a struggle right now. We all know that, and they can use every bit of support that they can get because this is a team, and I think you'll agree with this is a team that thrives off its fans.
When you're a hockey player in the National Hockey League, Bob, you just the greatest part is under the bright lights in front of your fans. And the Blue Jackets have missed it. And I think there are some players who play with emotion who thrive off the energy that the fifth line and every building brings. So this is a big deal, and this is the way it's supposed to be. It's not going to be totally normal, but it's going to be great to see smiling faces, hear the cheers, the laughter, just a little more atmosphere in there. So I would agree with that. This is what it's all about. And I know that's a cliche, but when you really look at it, when you're an athlete, this is what it's really all about.
Well, the Blue Jackets need that support tonight. They're coming off a road trip where they didn't fare well at all. The last two games, they were swept in Nashville. For a second time this year, they lost both games in Nashville. And Jody, this is still a team that it's searching for itself. They think they know what they are, but they still can't find it. What do you see going on?
You know what? I think there's a bit of an identity crisis with some of these players. I think a lot of players have been brought in, put in situations where they think they're supposed to be and think they understand how they're supposed to be playing in that situation. And it's not happening. You know, Max Domi's a centerman, second line centerman. No, you're on the wing, you're fourth line. They're going to go through that a little bit. That breaks the confidence a little bit. But the coaching staff is trying to figure out what they have and where they fit in. This is a good hockey team. These are good hockey players. The players that have been here for a while, listen, last year was a struggle until that New Year's Eve game. And it seemed like when, due to injury, Gerby, Stenlin, there was a bunch of players who came in and just played desperate, straight ahead, no thinking, no nonsense hockey. And the light went on for everyone, including Foligno, Atkinson, Savard, the guys that have been here. They need to somehow get reminded and refreshed that that's all they have to do is go out and focus on their job. We hear the quotes. We know they're trying to do it. We know they're putting the effort in. But right now there's a disconnect and maybe a little trust disconnect between the defense and the forwards. The forwards want to go, but I don't see them totally feeling that the defense want to go, but I don't see them trusting that the forwards are right there covering for them. So that little bit of hesitation is throwing them off. They're going to work through this. This is going to be all right.
And one thing we do know about this core group, this is a group that is a feel-good group where when they start to win, they can win in bunches. When they lose, they tend to feel sorry for themselves, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, and they drop a couple of games. So we do know that they can put together streaks. Now, the issue is to do that, you've got to win one, then you've got to win two. But there is an opportunity here tonight. Just one game. They stop at home and play this one game before heading out to Dallas. The schedule gets stronger, but I think that could be a good thing, especially if they can put together something that they gain confidence out of here tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And you know what, Bob? How many times have we talked about over the past few seasons right here on the Rink Report that this team has got to win by committee and do everything by committee? This is still not a team that's waiting for Patrick Laine to come in and save the day. And maybe they've forgotten that. And that's why when they don't do things by committee, that's why it looks a little bit too off. You're a little bit scared, right, with what you're seeing out there compared to what we're used to seeing. So they have to understand and play together. Come home. I like this. Get the one series with Detroit going here. Feel good about yourself. Even if you don't get the results, feel good about yourself. I think Atkinson was getting real lucky there over that streak. Maybe that covered up a few things. Work through this, get the game going, get the energy up as far as good energy. And when they figure out to play as a committee, as a team, like we talked about all the time, that's when they'll be at their best.
And there's nothing that's a given tonight. I know Detroit is rebuilding, but this is a parity league. It's a parity division right now that the Blue Jackets are playing in. And when you look at the Red Wings, One thing that Steve Yzerman did really well, I think, is he got a lot of veteran players that he's put in on this group. Now, those are pieces he might be able to flip when he gets toward the trade deadline to get some draft picks to rebuild the way that he wants to rebuild, the same way he did in Tampa. But this is a team that might be rebuilding, but it has experience.
I agree with that. I mean, there's no easy games. They've got young stars, they've got experience, they've got pride. And that's one thing Detroit has always had is pride. So, no, the Blue Jackets don't expect an easy game. But I think I'll be very disappointed if you don't see, and I think you will too. I don't want to speak for you, but for the Blue Jackets not to come out and give it everything they got. And, you know, if they don't get the result because of a lucky bounce or something didn't exactly go their way, that's fine. But I want to see the effort there, ready to blow this game wide open against the Detroit Red Wings. That would be the attitude I want to see, especially right from opening puck drop.
Well, you can speak for me because you always know what I'm thinking anyway.
Well, I knew you'd think that, so thanks, Bob.
All right. So it's the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings here. Great to have you back in Nationwide Arena. The Blue Jackets need you here tonight. That'll do it for the Rink Report. It's been brought to you by Tel Ohio Credit Union. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.